What is going on, everybody? Mario here, Infighting FX, Infighting Exchange, and you know what time it is. We did 3.5 hours, almost 4 earlier today with Night of Champions. Shout out Obafemi, who took home the King of the Ring finals, but a bigger shout out to Sammy motherfucking Zayn. Stand up, Usi. We're feeling Usi tonight with Sami Zayn's world title win. Shout out to Samuel. He won the title. And you know who he pinned? Cody. Pinned Cody in the triple threat match. Cody, what did you say? The hell? It wasn't Brock Lesnar. Yeah. He pinned Cody in the triple threat with Gunther. Dude, the Saudis went crazy. And the Saudis planted a bunch of kids in all the front rows so that they could make it more enduring. Yeah, it was kind of creepy that they could get a bunch of kids like that. Jesus. Come on, dude. We're live. What's going on, everybody? Shout out to Alex in the chat calling me on my lateness. You're right, Oos. But you know what? We're feeling Usi because Sami Zayn, the bloodline, is the world champion. So, you know what? Roman sent Jay, but it was a decoy. It was really for him. Yo, this Cedeno fight was wild. He was like winning pretty handedly in the first couple rounds, I thought. Even a moment where, I don't think he was close to stoppage, but he was definitely beating the shit out of Tucker. And then we go outside to smoke. I come back, and it's like in the 8th round. I literally thought it was going to be over by then. But my brother said it was actually a really close fight. If you could be an Olympian, but you had to get the tattoo and you had to get it on your neck, would it be worth it? But you can't pick what sport you do. So you might be like a badminton. Is that a Olympic sport? Is badminton an Olympics? No, that's not, right? Is it? Probably, right? You could be, it could be ping pong, it could be fucking shooting. You medal. Not necessarily gold, but maybe on your neck, dude, like that. Because you could get it smaller, sure. Dude, fuck that tattoo, dude. Yo, look at that Bazooka Bros. I want a shirt like that. Ryan, give me a shirt like that for my birthday, Ryan. Look, you see it? You're not even looking. Now I know you're not going to get me anything. I'm just kidding, dude. I know, Ryan. Oh, shit, 95-95. Shout out to Ryan, whose scorecard had it even. Jesus. I think it's going to be Cedeno if you... That witch, she's casting a spell. I'm just playing, dude. Oh, man. Who saw her? Who saw her casting that spell, dude? She was saying her mantra, bro. I don't know what it was. Dude, that was a witch. Dude, she was pulling that Pacquiao mom shit. Dude, remember when Pacquiao's mom used to try to be like, that wasn't a Catholic thing, dude. She was doing voodoo, dude. She was doing voodoo. Pacquiao's mom was the sore loser. That's so fucked up. Ryan goes, look at the sore loser as Cedeno walks off. You can't blame him for that, dude. Why not? It's not his job to do an interview. Is it better for him? Yes. For the FaceTime, maybe he could say something enduring. Sure, it's better for him. I agree. But like, yeah, dude, if I thought I was going to win, I'd be fucking pissed. If you're wondering if he just did a Ace Ventura talking with his ass, yes, he did. That's exactly what he did. Who's there? But shit looks crazy. I'm gonna say I am, all right, because I don't know how to say it. But as far as my take for the fight, listen, I made it very clear throughout the week that I believe Boots Ennis is the more talented fighter. However, in professional sports at this level, where the separation is very difficult to distinguish, right? Unless you've been watching a really long time or you've been in the gym, like It's really hard to understand at this sport what truly separates somebody. Now, you could watch a bunch of clips of Boots Ennis, and I think that I could show a casual fan Xander and Boots, and then they would say, oh, I think the Boots guy is the one that's more talented or looks better, or does the things more smooth or effortless, right? Or more athletic, whatever you want to say. They would give Boots that. However, the Barao fight for Xander is the kind of fight that when you are at the professional level, it is those moments that inherit your ability to move on and be better than you actually are. Danny Garcia was one of the worst fighters, in all honesty, when it comes to boxing, but the guy knew how to fucking win. So does it matter that his jab wasn't the most crisp? Did it matter that Amir Khan was a far better offensive fighter than Danny Garcia ever was? No, because on the night they fought, it was Danny Garcia's night. He had been prepared. He had been in enough fights with high-level fighters to be better than he actually was. So tonight, I don't expect Xander to be the better fighter that wins the fight. I expect Xander to be the more prepared fighter, the more professional fighter, the guy that has been in deep waters and learned to make adjustments, right? I'm not going to hold Boots' fights where he got pieced up a bit more than he should have. I'm not going to hold that against him. What I am going to say is that if things get rough, do we know that Boots has it in him to sustain? I don't. And I don't think anybody could make that argument. Do we know that Xander does? Absolutely, we know Xander does. And how do we know? Because he did it against Barao. And at the end of the day, all the people that are far picking over Boots than Xander, rather, is a reflection of the fact that most people did not see that fight because it was on Tubi, and Top Rank fucked everyone by waiting so long to inevitably just go to DAZN. Because all you did was make tonight one of the least watched fights in New York, Puerto Rican boxing history. Yeah, for real. But I also think that Xander's counter punches could get Boots off guard. Get Boots. Oh, really off guard. Yeah. No. Listen, this is I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that. You know why? Because I made an argument, like, if there's a reason to have to make an argument that Xander can win this fight, the truth is this is a 50-50 fight. If people don't understand how this is a 50-50 fight, that's okay, right? I'm not indebted to either guy, right? Am I picking Xander? Yes. And that's only because of my experience watching the sport, and not just boxing, but sports in general, right? Mike Trout doesn't become Mike Trout. Michael Jordan doesn't become Michael Jordan simply because they were the guys in college that transferred to the pros. No, they had to strike out at a big level. They had to miss that three at a big level. They had to overcome it at the top level of their sport to understand their own abilities to be a champion, to be a star, to be that playmaker. And so I think Xander has that kind of confidence. And the other part about this is, I think if you watch the weigh-in and you heard both of them, you can make the argument, of course, Boots is, he's just kind of like a soft-spoken guy, he's kind of chill or whatever, right? So he's like playing the part that he's always, he's normal, and that's fine. That's great, right? You don't want your homeostasis to be changed, right? If you're a guy that's chill, you don't want to get all ramped up for the fight, right? That's how you make mistakes. At the same time, there was a difference in Xander's voice. There was a difference. Oh, my bad, champ. I got you. I'm going to send the link. You know what? I'm going to send it to you just personally because I didn't want to open it up until later. No, you know what? I'm just going to put it on. Nobody's going to jump on from there. I'm just going to put it on the thing, Matt. Hey, if you're going to go on YouTube, let me know. I'll get out of YouTube and you can have it all to yourself, champ. Yo, y'all seen they made Boots cut his beard? It's crazy to me that not that they made him cut his beard, that the rules could be so different from place to. Is that Franchon? Hey, is that Franchon? That's not Franchon, right? Am I being correct? Oh, damn, that's not Franchon at all. That's a damn, dude. That was fucking damn. That wasn't Serena Williams. what's her name at middleweight, right? Isn't it at middleweight? Isn't Clarissa Shields fight at middleweight now? Or no? Am I tripping? Maybe I'm tripping. Drew said Dana is making the same mistake that PBC made by charging $75 for a pay-per-view. Well, it's not the only mistake they're making. Yeah, what pay-per-view are you talking about? Let's see. What did you say? Oh, Drew said should have been in the contract, shouldn't had to do it. I'm not sure what Drew means. Let me see. Furrow, when you watch the DAZN interview, Boots looks much more on the verge, answering in a egotistical manner, while Xander was willing to be Furrow. Bro, that's exactly what I'm saying, dude. Exactly. This comment perfectly encapsulates exactly what I'm saying. Like, Boots to be in this mind frame where it's kind of just autopilot. I'm not saying he has to be ramped up. I'm not saying he has to be angry. All I'm saying is he should be elevated. This is the biggest moment of his career up until now. What? Okay, your guess. How much did Sugar Sean make for the White House party? Adam goes first. How much do you think? Biggest card, like 250. I was literally gonna say 250,000. I guess I'll say 200 then, because I feel like it would be under. No, he made 600,000 for his biggest fight. That's great. For UFC, no. I mean, dude, they just said, dude, tonight's fighters are making more. Wait. Sounds like Dana's gonna be screwed over by. Oh, to trim the beard. Yes. Thank you. I'm sorry, dude. My bad. My ADHD has me going everywhere. Yes, you're absolutely right. Shouldn't he said? Wait, where did Drew say it? Shouldn't have been in the contract? Shouldn't have had to do it. Yeah, it should have been in the contract, and they should have had him had to do it before the fucking night before the fight or the day of the fight. Like, that's crazy work. You're right. And I'm not saying they shouldn't make them do it because it's not something they shouldn't do. They shouldn't make them do it because those rules aren't the same across the board. To me, it's not a good thing to change the parameters of how a fight is fought from location to location. And I know that's a thing in sports, right? Some people they play in indoor stadiums. Some people play on artificial turf. Some people play in air condition, right? Some people have, drunk fans that ruin their own city. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to go there. But at the end of the day, it's about keeping the parameters and the integrity of your sport the same, right? Every single time the NBA championship is played, they use the same regulation ball. The court is the same size. The rim, the basket, all the rules that incorporate their uniform are well established, okay? And this is just another failure of why boxing doesn't work in the way that it does. Now, that's not me suggesting that Dana White should be able to just come in and take everything over when the UFC doesn't work super well in that kind of way towards fighters. That said, though, he's not wrong when he says the sport is broken. It's broken in so many different ways. Yo, look at young Xander with the braids. Dude. Hey, all I know is in New York, they're saying that they were crunker for Jose Verdejo fights. All I heard is everybody in the bodegas was saying they used to be more excited for the Felix Verdejo fights over this. What do you think of that? No, I'm just kidding. They didn't say that. Screw off. I'm joking. Hey, but No. It could be true. Yeah. No. Abe is covering over there, dude. He wrote that article. He said, dude, he went to the bodegas. Like, he's from there. You know what I mean? He is New York boxing, Puerto Rican boxing. Yo, he said they're not talking about that shit at all. It's FIFA everything. That's what he said. He said it's FIFA everywhere right now. And that's kind of like.
like mini guitar. So
Holy
he
shit!
has it on green. So
How much is it?
It's like a natural reverb.
Yeah, I
then,
can hear it.
And you can do the blue, where it's even more, and then it sounds like almost like electric.
How much is it?
Right now on Amazon, I think you can get it for like $270.
Damn, that's not bad at all. I thought it was gonna be way more. They asked Boots for his permission, and he said, "I'm gonna knock him out." Oh, prediction. My bad. Don't know what this is. I don't know who tried to jump on, but whatever you're using, it doesn't support that software. You can jump on with the phone, so a phone should do it. I think he's trying to put the I'm just beating a kid face, but ignoring the actual weight of the fight he's on and his opponent. Exactly. Well said. He is. I'm sorry, like I've seen enough Super Bowl week interviews, like the media week right before the game, right? I've seen enough of those to know how like athletes at the highest level, right? Just their mannerisms and the way they carry themselves. And maybe it is a good thing that Boots doesn't seem over rattled or like he knows the weight of the moment. Maybe not realizing the weight of the moment is the way to actually best combat it in the ring as a professional athlete. All I know is that these are the things, as someone who's covered the sport for 10 years, looks for when determining, what a fighter's not telling us, right? Because we know all the things we can know. We can know the moments that Boots has looked his best, the moments where he's gotten tagged up a lot and Boozy looks really pissed off after the fight. We could talk about the Xander fights. We could talk about the IQ. We could talk about the age. We could talk about the experience. We could talk about all of those different things. But there are facets of this fight that we don't know, right? Things that are not reported. Injuries, bad sparring, knockdowns, bad weight cuts, all these things that you never hear about or you hear about later, whatever, when a trainer's pissed off or a fighter's pissed off about something, you hear all that later, right? Maybe chaos isn't the best thing. Maybe, I mean, not chaos, but maybe staying within himself ends up being the thing that helps him tonight, because he doesn't have the experience to say, hey, I've been here before. I've been here before against a guy who is my equal, and maybe not even my equal in terms of like talent, but equal in terms of close enough to the talent, but virtues that can only be accomplished through experience and through tough fights. Down the down the down the down the down the down. Hey, Ryan, you can only listen to one Green Day song for the rest of your life. What song is it? Oh man. You can only listen to one Green Day song the rest of your life. What song is it? Wow, this guy doesn't even like Green Day. Dude, that girl that's like popping right now in country music. The girl who sings the Texas song. Ella Lang Lee. Oh, you are? Guess how much? This will look bad if Xander still loses this fight for pulling the beard shit. Yeah, probably, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's like, I think if the fight's good enough, this is the kind of fight where both guys can elevate in a loss. I've talked about this on the show before, so I'm not going to like go too deep into it, but I always use the Miguel Cotto Mayweather fight, and I'm going to use it again now, because at the end of the day, Miguel Cotto lost that fight. In no way, shape, or form did he come even remotely close to winning that fight. However, at that stage in Cotto's career, he looked better than he had in a long time, and he was more competitive against Floyd than he had been in a really, really long time. So despite losing it, his validity as a fighter was raised. And then he ends up pairing with Freddie Roach not that long after, right? Beats Delvin Rodriguez on HBO in his comeback fight at junior middleweight with a classic Cotto body shot, Cotto right hook. And it was a thing of beauty, and he reestablished his career, right? And you could argue that he was a bloated, fucking welterweight fighting at junior middleweight and eventually middleweight, and you're probably right. But the star power of that guy is unquestionable. So when you get to that level, like a Pacquiao, and you're manipulating people's weight, it is what it is. Canelo fight is postponed. Oh no. I have to wait long for a fight I didn't ask for. Yeah. No, I saw that. Here's the question. Is the fight postponed because they won it in Riyadh season, or is it postponed because Canelo's not ready? Because it could be one, it could be the other, it could be both. But I wonder how much this time off for Canelo has I don't know, maybe he's never been a guy that has sleep on silk sheets, not necessarily. He said he loses the Mbili fight. Sugar Ray Leonard versus Benitez, Hopkins versus Trinidad, Mayweather versus Cotto, Ennis versus Zayas. Be added to that list. Probably not. I'm gonna say probably not. Yeah, I don't know. It's because the thing is like, how many people are really watching tonight? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. And how many DAZN subscribers are there? I saw Steve Kim making this point online this past week, and it was a really solid point. He talked about the fact that Xander's last fight was on Tubi, and the fact that nobody knows exactly what the American subscription is for DAZN and how many people even watch Ennis fight. And so if he's living off the nostalgia of just not getting the Crawford fight, and Xander has quietly made his place in the Puerto Rican landscape, I don't know. I don't know if there's enough stake for the casual fan to induct it into that. But I'll tell you what, for me, I think the biggest, what's the word? Like the biggest, the what? What? Oh, I know. I started dipping again. I don't get that. Never did that before. I think I'm gonna get the tooth pulled though, because it's like all the way in the back anyway. Oh, is it? So is that gonna hurt? That's gonna hurt, right?
No, I got mine pulled. It's like you feel like once they numb obviously the shots hurt more than the actual pulling. They pulled mine out, and literally, dude, it's such a weird feeling. You can like feel them like pulling. You hear like a cracking,
Oh,
and then like they're like move your jaw this way, and it's just like it's like taking a shit from your fucking gums. Like you feel the pressure.
oh, damn! That doesn't sound good at all.
You never had a wisdom.
You were like, oh, it wasn't that bad. The uncomfortable. Oh, okay.
This is what he says. Most people, their wisdom teeth come in the earliest 21 years old.
Okay.
Most people 25 to 28.
Okay.
And let me tell you, some people aren't even born with wisdom teeth. Some people are born with one. Some people are born with two. Some people are born with three. Most people are born with four.
Hey, look at Popeye over here.
I'm gonna tell you, Mark, the shittiest thing you could do is when they pull your wisdom tooth, it cracks, and you have
Yikes.
and now they have to do the rest.
Yeah, dude. I think I'm gonna have to get the whole thing pulled because dip. You hear that, guys? This is a PSA for all your kids. Don't let them dip if they want to keep their fucking teeth. What is this? Let me see. The common theme is the American has won all those fights. Will Ennis continue to trend? That's what I mean. Yeah, I think so. I think so. I mean, listen, obviously it's going to depend on what the fight looks like, right? Because like if both these guys come out shit the bed, whatever, like that's a testament to, you know, where they're at the level of their not just abilities as a fighter, but their star abilities, right? The ability to overcome the lights, the ability to get that next gear, right? Floyd Mayweather had it. When the lights came on, Floyd was ready. And here's the thing, he was ready when he fought what's his name, Ryan, that died in the car crash that Floyd fought? Castillo. No, not Castillo. The one that fought Castillo, Diego Corrales. So Diego Corrales, he was ready that night for Diego Corrales. It wasn't a motorcycle accident? I said it was a motorcycle accident. Did I? I said a car crash? My bad. I meant a motorcycle accident. Yeah, dude. That's like one of the worst motorcycle sports stories that we all have. Yeah, so anyway, I just think that there's a degree of not just maturity, but professionalism and the ability to like ratchet up that gear, that next level. I feel like it's missing from guys like Ryan Garcia, for example, right? I feel like with his age and his fight experience, he should be a little more polished than he is, right? I don't know. Maybe that's not fair, right? Maybe that's not fair. It's like it doesn't matter if you get to your prime at 25 or 30 or 35. Like, you know, if you're that guy, you're that guy. But yo, they said pure speculation. Benavidez soft touch versus oh, and taking the Canelo date. It would be a huge chess piece move. The problem is it's a huge move on a chessboard that Canelo's not even playing right now. You know what I mean? So it's